Hey everyone, I just wanted to share with you a recipe that I've been like smashing lately. I've mainly been smashing it because I want Beauty Blend, because I'm really focusing on my liver at the moment. I'm really focusing on that, that feeling of radiance. I like about these herbs is they give you a sense of what radiance is for you, rather than it being an external dribbling thing. It's something that's like, I can understand what vibrancy is internally. And especially with the Beauty Blend, I've just we're showcasing a lot of beauty herbs at the moment, and I'm just falling back in love with this blend. It was like 5 years ago or so when I released it. Since then, it's been like thousands of people. It's got its own like beauty cult following, which is like really magic. But why wouldn't it? Schizandra and goji alone. I mean, when we look at what it's doing for the beautification, all the herbs in there are getting in there and nourishing the skin. We can see there are compounds that are getting in and protecting the pearl, microgram pearl, getting in there and helping with the distribution of the melanin in our skin. So basically we're trying long term to prevent us producing it in a way that we get like brown spots and blemishes on our skin. We want that nice even distribution of the pigment, and that's what the pearl's doing, plus that super protective nature of the goji berry. They're really unique antioxidants in there. So long term, you start teeing that up with like good hydration, responsible with your sun exposure, but getting lots of sun in the morning and the afternoon, especially not using chemicals on your skin, not using chemical carcinogenic sunscreen on your skin. Did I say hydration? Because I'm going to say it again and again and again. It's like the number one beautification key, I'd say. But then, not far behind is beautifying tonic herbs, because what do they do, especially these ones in here? They're getting into the yin of the kidneys, right? And so your ability to physiologically ward off stress and be able to throw out ratios and cascades of sex hormones that lay a foundation for you. Therefore, with that foundation of your health and your metabolism and your hormonal function, you're going to basically see less stress on a baseline level. Therefore, you're going to see less oxidation, less inflammation. Therefore, more beautiful. What more can you ask for? So I'm going to shut up because this is the Beauty Express TOOT, and so I want to make sure it's really quick. So basically, where I start is realizing I didn't get the kettle, so I'm going to go and get that soon. But I start is just getting the grapefruit. I've just been really frothing on the grapefruit at the moment just because the tree's pumping. So I've got my lemon squeezer here, my citrus squeezer, but I'm probably just going to go rogue on it and just get a couple of quarters. Yeah, let the grapefruit go everywhere. Just remember what we learned from Seinfeld, pulp can move, baby. So just watch out. That second squeeze in there. So I mean, like, just in terms of getting in and breaking up that bad calcium, those barnacles within our body that can cause blockages in our chi and our blood and allow for a little bit of a home and a shelter for pathogens to hide within the body. Those calcium deposits, and we have a lot of bacteria in our body that creates those the calcium forming organisms, plus taking like synthetic calcium supplements and generally oxidizing and not really looking after ourselves and being excess stress, we begin to calcify, right? And that's like arthritic, but it can also be in the brain, be in the heart, clogging up the arteries. And so generally citrus is just a magic food for breaking down those deposits. Then got my beauty blend. I've already sung the praises, but I'm gonna do a really good heat teaspoon there of the beauty blend because I'm used to it. I've been doing it for a long time. You'd start with about a quarter teaspoon, gently work your way up to half teaspoon to a teaspoon, and just see what's right for you. I've permanently got these herbs in my life and in my diet. That doesn't mean I have to take them every day. Remember that it's like you might have kale in your life, but it's just kind of like subconscious when you feel like kale. There's some weeks you're just hitting it every week and you're loving it, and other times it just might fall out for a little while. Doesn't mean you don't have kale on your diet anymore, and that's where we want to get the tonic herbs to, and these beautifying tonic herbs, right? So this is me preparing my summer body now going into the winter months, because I'm always preparing seasons and seasons and seasons and seasons ahead. And basically, I don't care what my body looks like in summer. I just care that my organs are really healthy, that my lungs toned, that my liver's flowing, that the yin of my kidneys is really rocking, that my heart's getting nourished, and it is from that schizandra and from that longan going in there and really, potentiating all the other herbs. All of these are potentiating herbs, and normally, goji and longan especially, they're used as like these unifying forces. When you put a formula together, they're used to bring synergy to the blend. And so we've got 3 synergy building herbs and the schizandra in there included in that. So it's just a whole blend devoted to bring synergy to your organ systems and your meridians, and so that's why it's such a great radiance tonic. I'm also going to get a nice touch of honey in this one, local honey, raw honey, just magically antibacterial, magically sugarily beautifying in its own way. None wasted there. I'm going to go get my kettle, excuse me. And still nice and hot, thankfully, because you really want to make sure that you stir it up nicely, because especially the pearl and the beauty blend can clump a little bit if your water's not hot enough. And absolutely don't worry, you're not creating any damage through the heat here. And so, oh man, it's frothing. It's just the color. It's got a kind of, it's just such a beautiful, frothy, it's kind of pale, but you know, straight away you can just see the vibrancy from the goji and the schizandra coming up, and that's what hits me, just goji and schizandra, and then just off the back of that citrus. Sensory, like that sensory engagement is so massive when it comes to long-term, having a long-term intention to keep these herbs in your diet. It needs to be enjoyable, and that's why I like throwing out as many ideas as possible. And you can take this Beauty Express tonic and just, you know, you can just quickly whip it up in the afternoon, and then you go ahead and add any little things. You know, you can even take out the grapefruit and honey if you want, do straight beauty blend, see what that's about, and then build your strategy. You know, build the way that you want to have your tonic towards what's going to make it enjoyable and activate your senses. And ask yourself, would I be able to do this for 10 years? Because that's really what it takes. We want long-term organ function rocking. You know, we want long-term lung health rocking, and liver yin, kidney yin really rocking. Then we need to consistently use our herbs the same way that we need to consistently be getting good sun, hydrating, cleansing, all that stuff. So I'm going to shut up. Frothy, foaming. I just think that's bloody delicious. I drink this is like a good an afternoon pick-me-up, or if I'm having a morning tonic and I don't want cacao or anything like that, I just want to cruise through the day and feel that sparkly chi activation, that vibration that comes through all these herbs. It's a really good, it's a pick-me-up, but none of the caffeinating kind of associated pick-me-up. Just like a pure endogenous chi-based pick-me-up. No more to say. Enjoy.